Sandani teacher. Today we are going to study the lesson change in state. Matter. What is matter? Everything around us is made up of something called matter. This matter can exist in three states: in solid state, liquid state and in gaseous state. Matter can change from one state to another state. Here you can see in this picture the gaseous state, solid state and liquid state. A gas can convert from gaseous state to solid state. When gas converts from gaseous state to solid state, we call it deposition. And a solid can convert from solid state to liquid state. When solid converts from solid state to liquid state, we call it melting. And when liquid converts to gaseous state, we called it evaporation. And when a gas converts back into liquid, we call it condensation. In this lesson, we are going to focus our attention to evaporation and condensation. Evaporation. As I told you before, the process of converting from liquid state to gaseous state is known as evaporation. You can see in this picture, when we heat water, water is at liquid state, it will convert into gaseous state, that is steam. Examples of evaporation in our day-to-day life. Think when you spill water on the ground, after some time it will automatically dry. How does this dry? For the heat of the sun, it will dry. What is drying means the water is getting evaporated. That means water is changing from the liquid state to gaseous state. And when you dry clothes, you go and put the wet clothes on the line, and when the sun is shining, it will get dried. So there also water from the wet clothes get evaporated by the sun and it converts to gaseous state. Drying your hair. After you have a bath, and you will take the hair dryer and you will dry your hair. So there also what happens, the water in your hair get evaporated and it changes to gaseous state. Evaporation and smell. What is evaporation and smell? When some things get evaporated, we get a smell. When you open a new tin of paint, you get a very good smell. Why do you get this smell? When that paint get evaporated, you get a smell. And when you open a bottle of perfume, you get a smell. There also what happens is evaporation. Then liquid state converts into gaseous state. Then you get a smell. Rate of evaporation. There are certain factors that affect evaporation: surface area, presence of wind, temperature and humidity. What happens when the surface area is large? When the surface area is large, evaporation takes place fast. Normally you don't fold the clothes and put to dry. When you put the clothes to dry, you stretch it and put. Why? Then only the surface will be large. Then it will dry soon. Then the water will get evaporated fast. And in the presence of wind, the rate of evaporation is fast. Why is that? Just imagine if your mother forgets to wash your school uniform, and in the night she washes it and she puts it to the fan to dry. Then your shirt gets dried. How does that happen? Like for the wind, the water in the wet shirt gets evaporated. Therefore, in the presence of wind, evaporation is faster. And when the temperature is high, you might have noticed like in very hot days, the clothes dry very fast. So that is why we say that when the temperature is high, the rate of evaporation is high. Next, humidity. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. When the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere is high, the rate of evaporation is slow. Why? Like when there is water vapor, like the atmosphere doesn't like to take more water. It doesn't like to evaporate more water. So because of that, when the humidity in the environment is high, the rate of evaporation is low. Next, condensation. What is condensation? Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. The process of converting from gaseous state to liquid state is known as condensation. Here you can see an example in this picture. Next, examples of condensation in day-to-day life. You might have noticed when you get up in the morning and if you walk in the garden, there are dewdrops on grass like this. This is a reason for condensation. Next, when you go out and like you buy soft drinks like Coca-Cola, Sprite and you drink, you can see in this tin of soda, in this tin of Coca-Cola, there are droplets of water. This is because of condensation. This Coca-Cola tin is in the fridge. What happens when you take it out? The surrounding is hot. The temperature in the surrounding is high. Because of that, these droplets of water form on this can of soda. And this is a foggy mirror. This is also an example of condensation in day-to-day life. Water cycle. What happens when it rains? All the the ground gets covered with water, and after some times when the sun is shining brightly, due to the heat of the sun, this liquid water gets evaporated, and now it is in the gaseous state. After some time, what happens? It gets condensed, and condensation happens. The gas convert into liquid, and it will fall in the form of rain. So this is the water cycle. I hope you understood this lesson. Thank you. Stay safe. God bless you.